Come with me. Good morning. I'm Jeannie Snedeker. I'm the Interim Director of Christian Education, and we're going to give the children's time. Come on up, everybody. And if you're joining us online, we're so happy you're with us. Good morning. Valentina, how are you today? Good. Come on up. I have a problem I need you to help me solve. Whoops. One of them is keeping track of all my stuff. All right, boys and girls. I have a few things with me today, and I want you to help me. I want you to tell me what they have in common, okay? So, here we go. Bottle of water. I brought a soda. I brought a rock, okay, and I brought a Gatorade. What do they all have in common? Tell me again. They're all made by God. Wow, that's a big answer. Thank you. That's beautiful. We're done. Good for you, Joey. That's great. Anybody else? What do they have in common? What can I do with all these things? They're hard, they're recycling. You guys are way smarter than I. What do you think? What do I do with these? I drink them, right. So everything here gives me a drink, right? Why not, Anna? You can't drink from the rock? Well, thank goodness for Anna. She set us up. Okay, Anna, thank you. We can't drink from this rock. But I have a story to tell you today where people actually did get a drink from a rock. Isn't that crazy? All right, well, we are back with Moses and the Israelites. This is a long trip. And last week we talked about how hungry they got. Remember, I brought fruit snacks? And we talked about how hungry they got. And when they got hungry, they got grouchy. And they started to complain to Moses and said, "What'd you bring us out here for? We don't have any food." And God provided manna from heaven, right? Everything they needed, each and every day. Well, now we have a new problem. Can you guess the problem? They're thirsty, right? Have you guys ever been on a long trip and gotten thirsty? Yeah? We love long car trips. I know that's silly, but we do. We love to drive around and see all the beautiful sights. But you know what? We can stop at a store anytime, or we can stop at McDonald's or a restaurant. We can pack a cooler and bring all the snacks that we want. But that wasn't the case with the Israelites. They didn't have any water. And you what? I like hotels too. They're a lot of fun, especially the ones with the swimming pools, right? But they were struggling because they were thirsty and they didn't have anywhere to get water. And so guess what they did? They started to complain again and said to Moses, "What'd you bring us out here for? Now we're going to die of thirst. Is God really with us?" Even though God had just shown them by providing food for them every day, they were still struggling. They were still worried. And so God said, "I got an answer. Moses, I want you to strike that special rock, and out of it is going to pour forth all this water." Does that sound crazy? Yeah, I think it does too. But Moses followed what God asked him to do, and he struck the rock, and all this water came out. Enough for all the people, enough for all of the animals. That must have been a really surprising answer to their problem, don't you think? Well, we sometimes find ourselves in difficult situations too, where we're not sure what the answer is, we're not sure which way to go. We get discouraged and we might complain a little. Sometimes we might pray and think, "All right, well, I'm praying, but nothing's happening." But you know what? I think if we open our hearts and our minds, we will see the surprising ways that God is working in our lives too. And sometimes we think, that can't possibly be the answer to my problem. And sure enough, it is. So even amidst difficult times, when we're confused or not sure, we can be sure that God is with us and that God walks with us in our problems and has surprising ways to answer our problems and fix our situations. So I hope you will keep your hearts and minds open to surprising ways God God works in your life too. Okay? Let's say a prayer. Loving God, we know you walk with us each and every day, even when we're confused or tired or grouchy or don't know the answer. We know that you do. Keep our hearts and our minds open to the surprising ways you work in our lives. Amen. All right, everybody. Walking feet.